Hey, how are you doing? It's Alan here from Look for Warriors, and I want to talk about the Leaving Cert. Reading the journal today. It is a news aggregate website in Ireland, quite popular. There's a poll on it. The poll says, should we, now the Leaving Cert, just for the people outside Ireland, I know there's a lot of people outside Ireland that look at these videos. The Leaving Cert is the main exam in Ireland. It's basically the exam when you're in your secondary school, which I think is high school in most other countries, which decides what college place you get offered. So pretty much most of the kids will get offered a college place based on this exam, this Leaving Cert exam. So I guess in other countries it's called A-levels or whatever it is in your own country. So there's a question about the Leaving Cert in the journal. It's a poll. Should we reform the Leaving Cert? And the answers are completely reform from the ground up, make some changes to it, it's a good system, leave it as it is, or no opinion. And 53% at the time of last time I read it, 53% said it completely needs to be reformed, completely changed from the ground up. And I couldn't agree more. Now another 30% say some elements of it should be reformed. And a very, very small percentage of people, tiny, I think it was 8%, said it's fine, leave it as it is. 8%. Now, if you're running a company, and so 53 plus 30, 83%, almost everyone. If you're running a company and almost everyone didn't think the company was doing a good job, you would be out of business. You'd be out of business. Now, 83% of people think that the Leaving Cert is not fit for purpose. 83% of random people, I'll put the screenshot up here. Random people in Ireland, 83% think it's not doing the job it needs to be doing. And I would imagine if you're in America, if you're in England, if you're in South Africa, if you're in Asia, wherever you happen to be, that the numbers are not too far off where you are too, for your main exam. So 83% think it's not doing the job it's supposed to do. Actually more than that, because some people clicked I don't know. I'm putting them into my camp. Let's say 90% of people, over 90% of people think it's not doing the job they should do. And 8% think it's doing a good job. 8%. If you're running a company and 8% of your customers were happy, how long do you think you'd be in business? 8% think it's doing a good job. Now, I read the first comment. I love the comments. I love the comments. It's kind of like Twitter. But the first comment said, yes, it needs to be reformed from the ground up. It's a 19th century system in the 21st century. And it needs to be completely changed. It's basically a memory test is what he was saying. It's basically a memory test. And if your parents have enough money, they can send you for grinds, which means you're going to get better results. And then the next comment said, yes, that's absolutely true. Replying to the top comment. The next comment said, yes, that's absolutely true. I know a guy who, he was smart, but he wouldn't apply himself. And his parents sent him away to a grind school which just did pass exam papers, which I have been saying forever, which I'm doing my own son now. You ignore everything they're saying to you, just do the pass exam papers. It's just a memory test. So I'm going to be going through all the pass exam papers and make sure he knows how to put a good answer to each. Because at the end of the day, if it's a memory test you're supposed to do, just do the memory test and get the place that you want to get in college. If that's what it is. So do the Memory Palace. I have a video on the Memory Palace, but there's some people a lot better than me at the Memory Palace. Ron, can't remember the guy's name. I'll link into him. There's a guy who's incredible at the Memory Palace. The Memory Palace is really, really simple, and it's something that you need to learn if you're doing exams, because it is a memory test. It's mostly just a memory test. So a good few of the comments are saying, yes, it's just a memory test. The guy went away and he did the grinds. He just did past exam papers and he got 500-600 points. Now, for people who don't know, and I don't know because we didn't have these kind of points when I was doing it, 500 or 600 points is pretty good as far as I can tell. And it needs to be reformed from the ground up. It needs to be reformed from the ground up. We're learning on YouTube now. We're learning on Skillshare now. Quick break. I think you should go and sign up to Skillshare. I am going to find out how to become a affiliate Skillshare. If I ever do that, I'll put the link in the bottom, and if you want to support me, click on that link and join up for a free month of Skillshare. And you should also sign up for a free month in Audible. It's going to be a lot. You're going to learn much better things, much more practical things than you would learn in the Leaving Cert anyway. But let's get back to it. So almost 90% think it's not fit for purpose, and over 50% thinks it should be changed right from the ground up. So what do we do? How do we fix it? How do we fix it? Well, it's quite simple. Number one, people need to know Agile, how to work in an Agile way. Number two, you need to build up a skill stack. So this is Scott Adams, the skill stack. It's so important. You know, if you have a good skill stack, programming, Photoshop, Dreamweaver, Sketch, digital marketing, AdWords, Facebook ads, Twitter ads, YouTube ads. If you have a good skill stack that is focused on the area that you want to work in or you want to go to, video editing, real practical stuff. People are going to look at that. Now, a lot of job ads do look for a degree, so you're probably going to have to get the degree. But the skill stack is so important as well. It's so important. It just sets you above everybody else who's going for that job. And I would also like to suggest that you put your skills out on YouTube. And when you're applying for the job, you send in your videos. Send in your videos. Nobody else will do it. Absolutely nobody else will be doing this. So, now let's answer the question of the Leaving Cert, because I have a son that's going through the Leaving Cert now. And I am thinking, you know, you're going to hear an ice cream man in the back. Just ignore that. I'm thinking that he needs the degree. So I need him to do the Leaving Cert in order to go and get the degree afterwards, because he needs the degree. And so he's got to go through the Leaving Cert, even though I think it's a complete waste of time. I would much prefer my kids not to bother with it, not to even go to school. That's the truth. I prefer them not to go to school. I prefer them to stay here, build up the skill stacks, and do the work that they're being called to do. But we all need to do it. We all need to do it, don't we? We all need to go and do these exams. We need to send our kids to school, do we? Do we need to send our kids to school? I don't know, but I'm doing it. So, I'm interested in what you think. There was lots of really good comments, and I'm going to put them in there. I might even comment on them in another video. But what do you think? How do we reform what's called now the Leaving Cert? Or tell me about the exam system that you have in your country. And how do we reform it? How do we make it better? How do we even avoid doing it if that's what we want to do? We want to be productive people in our own right. We want to create incredible, beautiful things, but maybe we don't want to do it in the current school system. So I want you to tell me, put a comment in, tell me what you think. It's been Alan here from Look for Warriors. I want you to do me a favor. Subscribe to the channel. I need a few more subscribers. Hit that subscribe button.